Hi guys, General Splatton here. Today I've got an interesting video, I think, where we're going to make realistic fire and flames, and I'm going to be using this lava base that you've seen me do a tutorial on. I'm going to create the flames on it and tell you a little bit more uses about it. Before I forget, on the video I did about making banners and pennants and flags and things like that out of clear plastic sheet. If you don't have anything from a container that you bought, you can always use like a Coke bottle or a plastic bottle. So chances are, if you don't have any of that, you do have some type of plastic bottle around, where juice bottle, water bottle, whatever it may be, soft drink bottle that you can use in its place. So I got that out of the way. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the liquid nails clear sealant, and when I did the video showing this, any type of silicone will do. Just make sure it's silicone too. In other words, pure silicone. It doesn't have to be liquid nails. Any type of cheap silicone will do the job handily for you. I went with this one because it was a tube and it had the punch out applicator. All I had to do was just cut off the tip of it and ready to go. In other words, I don't have to use a caulk gun to use it. So any type of clear silicone tube sealant will work great for you for this project, because you want something that is waterproof, and silicone, or pure silicone 2 as it's called in the States, that'll work just fine for you. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze out a bunch right here. It's going to take me a little while because this doesn't come out very easily. I'm just going to put me a big dab right here. That'll do me for a moment. Might need some more. Then we're going to get just a toothpick here. And you've got some colors here. I'll talk about those in a moment. But what you do is you just take it, get it on the toothpick where it's not, and get you a good glob if you want a big one or a small one. Now I will say this would work a lot easier if you had some type of water effects or some of the clear gloss gels like from Liquitex, where you can create these type things. Just get some on your toothpick. I'm going to roll that around and make it a little flatter on the toothpick. Might have to get me some more. Then what you want to do is figure out where you want it. And there we go. I'm going to put this off autofocus so we can get this going here. There we are. Now, what you do is you decide where you want it, and you just lay it down, touch it, and pull it up. I didn't get quite enough there. I think I got too much on my thing. It's not leaving it like I want it. Just touch it, pull it up. This might be a little too dry to be working with. I left my tube open while I was there we go. And you get something like that. Let me turn it around and I'll put me another one right here. Might have to force it down to get it to stick, and then just start pulling it up, teasing it up till you get something that you're happy with. And that's basically going to be all there is to this. So what you're trying to do is just get it teased up and leave a flame coming upwards, as it were. Now, there we go. Something like that right there. Let me put a small one toward the back. I'll have to get some more out. Excuse me just a second while I squeeze out some more. Got to work with this kind of fast. That's why I say if you've got something like Woodland Scenics water effects, or whichever one it is that has the gel medium, not the you don't want the pooling type liquid, because it won't hold the shape. And let's put just a small one back in here, hopefully. And get it toward the tip so I can work with it. There we go. Now, come back up here and get close to the light. Come on, refocus. There we go. And then just tease it upward. There's a good one. Something like that. Come back to this one if you need to. Now you got a really big one there that's coming out. Alright. Be back in several hours after this dries. No, I'll be back in a few moments. I'm going to let this dry. It won't take it long, but I'll let this dry. Well, while I've got to do this anyway, so I'll talk a little about uses for it. Now you can use this fire on lava. You can use it for fire on ground. You could even use this for fire on water. Say you got some kind of fire creature or something that could leave a fire wake, sort of like a avatar, Eldar avatar. You could do your pooling effects water. You know, you take your just your water effects, put it down, or you can use a pouring medium. Get your water pooled up. Then once that's dry, then you can come back in with something like this with the silicone. If you don't want to spend the money on one of the clear gels to make fire, put that on top, and then come back in, as you're going to see in a moment, to paint it up. Also, you could use it, obviously I've talked about using it for ice and effects like that. You could do this on swords. To show you that, imagine this is a sword. You just take your stuff and start laying it in, teasing it up like you need to. Now I'm doing this very quickly and very crudely, but you could take a pen and do something, but you'd have something like that for a very quick sword effect. Hopefully there we go. So you've just made, inside of a minute, you just made flames on your sword or your spear or whatever it is you've got. Also, another cool effect, you can put this on hands. So you got a model that's a wizard or something that's working with fire, throwing fire, about to cast fire. You can put that on their hands. You can even put that on the hair and do something like that. You can make a breath weapon out of it for some type of creature. Also, for you modelers out there that build tanks and cars and whatnot, you can use it on tailpipes on a car or truck, or exhaust pipes. You could put it on the hood, saying flames are coming out from under the hood. You could, if you've got a figure that has a gun, you can use it as muzzle flash. You could, if you got a diorama, you could have an oil slick nearby and have flames on the burning on the oil. You could use it for torches, for braziers, for any kind of sconce or something like that. This would be good for not only basing work, but it'd be good for dioramas. You can use it directly on figures, models, miniatures. There's so many ways that you can do that. Your imagination is the only limitation you have with this type of effect. So I've got that out of the way. I guess I won't cut away. I'll just do it all in one go. Alright, what I've got here is several inks from Liquitex. This is yellow oxide. I don't think I'm going to be using that. This is yellow medium, or medium yellow. As you see there, it's very, very bright. Then I've got naphtha crimson, a bright red. And you see the colors down here. I've mixed the yellow and the orange together to create the red. Let's see if I can get some shading in here. So it's a little too bright, I guess. And the yellow. Alright, water them down. Now this is pure ink, so you got to water this down pretty good to get it to do right. Alright, so we take our base. The cool thing about this is that you've probably seen green stuff flames. Well, this is going to be transparent. That's to me what makes this so cool and such a neat effect. Alright, now I don't know if I've got my water ratios right, but we're going to go with it. I'm going to take a little of the yellow, and you want to do 3 or 4 drops of water to an ink, because an ink is a very intense thing. I might have it too thin. I might have it not thin enough. As far when I say thin, is watered down so the color won't be as intense. All right, we're going to start toward the bottom, and I'm just going to do a couple of little passes with this. I mean, it takes time to build it up. I'll do an after vid here once I get through, but you just take it and you start adding it, and flame really should be the lightest at the bottom. This would look cool for like chaplains and librarians. You can do any color flames. You can do purple flames. This would look great blue flamed. Really neat, I would think. Purple flames, red flames, blue flames, green flames for evil figures. You can do any colors you want to with this, and I think that's pretty cool. And really make a figure stand out and pop on the display case or the battlefield. Just put it in there like that. You see it starting to, hopefully, I don't know what you can see. Yeah, there you go. Got to get the light out of my eyes so I can see. But see? So it's still, it's taking on color, but it's still transparent. Alright. Go to our next one. And like I say, I'm doing this kind of quickly. Take a little of the orange color I made up. Put that in there. They're probably not drying very fast, so you can mix them in. Starting to give it a little more intensity to it, as you see there. Come around here to the back side. And as you tease that silicone up, it's gonna naturally do its little random thing like flame would do. And so you've got a neat little effect. Yeah. And then we'll come in here with and I'm, like I said, going through this quickly, so I'm going to give you the idea. I wouldn't recommend using like Bale wash from GW on this, because if you've ever looked at it, Bale wash has got a purplish tint to it. It's really a kind of a wine crimson color. So you get something like that. I mean, you might have to take a practice a few times with it. Get you some sprue, dab you some on, then paint it up. And you've got a neat addition. Really lend some believability to the flames. I don't know what's actually showing up there. I haven't been watching the screen. Hopefully you're seeing this. Since it is clear and transparent. I don't know exactly what's coming through, but see the fire of this one back over here. The scale is pretty hard to see, but you know, you just created some fire effects right there. You can come back in with your other colors if you need to, you know, reintroduce those. You can. Right here I'm using just a pure ink, no dilution from water to dilute the intensity. Looked like the reds were taking over everything. So, and let's see. Yep, that's a little better. Hope this is in focus. And you get something like that, folks. This would look great on a sword because it's still got some transparency to it. So that's basically it for creating fire and fire effects that you can use that'll look more realistic than green stuff fire. Well, tell me what you think about that. Got any questions? Let me know. Love to see what you do with it. You'll see this very soon again. I'm working on a figure right now for one of these bases, and I'm going to do some little extra stuff to it. So stay tuned for that, and hope you enjoyed it. This is General Splatting. I'll talk again. Dismissed.